Hello, Dr. Brandon Vaughn, that tie-dye guy, coming to you today with how to write smarter goals. Now, smarter is a framework that we talked about in the previous video. S stands for specific, which we talked about in the first video. M is measurable. A is action-oriented. R is risky. T is time-based. E is exciting. And the last R stands for relevant. So today we're going to talk about having measurable goals, which can often be a tough part for some people. You have to really understand and quantify what your goal is about in order to be able to write out measurable parts of it. Making a goal measurable basically means that you're going to have some clear metrics or criteria that indicate that you're making progress or that you completed it. And here's 4 ways that you can make a goal more measurable. Number 1, you can quantify the outcome. An easy way to do this is just to simply attach some numbers or percentages to your goal. This is going to make it clear when the goal is achieved. So, for example, instead of I want to lose weight, you can have a measurable goal that would be I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months. Now, I mentioned in the last video that sometimes these things can cross over. So by making a goal specific, you can sometimes make it measurable at the same time. So that idea of 10 pounds in the next 3 months is how I can measure that I actually did it right, or that I'm making progress. Number 2, you can define some clear milestones. So break down the goal into smaller steps or benchmarks. This is going to allow you to track progress over time, and this is another way that you'll know that you're going in the right direction. So for example, if you have a goal to write a novel in a year, a measurable milestone might be I will write 5,000 words every week, or I will complete 1 chapter every 2 weeks. So reframing this goal in more specific terms that I'm going to write a chapter every 2 weeks, when you add that together, you basically end up writing a novel this year. So you've reframed how you say your goal in a way that makes it more measurable and break it down into smaller parts. This is a great hint and cheat to basically making your goals stronger. Number 3, you can use specific tools or metrics. So employ some specific tools or systems to measure your progress, such as scales or apps or journals or software. So for example, if your goal is to improve your financial health, you might use a budgeting app to track your spending and savings. A measurable goal might be something like, I will save $500 each month using my budgeting app. Number 4, set some deadlines. So deadlines create a clear time frame for when the goal or specific parts of the goal should be achieved. It provides a sense of urgency and a clear point to assess your progress. Now, again, you put a deadline, it's going to satisfy the time-based letter that we're going to talk about in future weeks. So again, there's some overlap here. So for example, if your goal is to learn a new language, a measurable statement could be, I will complete an intermediate level course in Spanish by December 31st. Gives you a way that you can measure it. I complete the course and I do it by December 31st, which is adding a time-based element to help you make it a measurable goal. Remember, the key to making a goal measurable is to provide a clear criteria that allows you to evaluate whether you're making progress and also when you successfully reached that goal and completed it. So let me give you 5 examples of a non-measurable goal and then a measurable goal. Again, you listen to this and you might say, well, it sounds like you just made it specific. Well, sometimes the way you make it specific is to make it in a way that you can measure it, overlap, again, in how you apply these letters and the acronym. Here's a non-measurable goal. I want to improve my fitness. Kind of vague. Measurable goal. I'm going to run 5 miles every week for the next 3 months. That is specific and it's specific in the way that I can measure it. How do I know that I'm doing it? Did I run 5 miles? Yes, no. Did I do it every week? Did I do it for the next 3 months? See, I'm adding in things that I can measure my success and not just have it vague. Here's an example. I want to learn to play the guitar. What does that mean? It's kind of vague. How do I make it specific? Well, I can start measuring how I know that I've done it. I can practice guitar for 30 minutes daily. So 30 minutes daily is a way I can measure my success. I can learn to play scales. So that's a way I can measure my success. Do I know how to play scales? There's ways that we can add it and to make it not only specific, but in a way that I can measure my success with it. Eat healthier. What does that mean? Consume 5 servings of vegetables daily. I can measure that. Did I eat 5 servings? Yes or no? This is a way I can measure the success. Read more books. How about finish 1 book every 2 weeks? That's my success measure. Save money. How about deposit $200 into savings account each month? This, again, is a way that if you start making your goals be more measurable, which will in turn make it more specific, you're going to find that you create a goal that you know you did and is much stronger to put into play to move you toward the things in life that matter to you. So go out and do this today. Try it and see how well you do with this. Let me know if you have any questions. Hit the subscribe button below for future videos. Leave me a comment if you have a question. I'll gladly answer it. Leave me one of your goals and say, what do you think about this? Or, I'm not sure if this is good. Can you think of some ways to make it better? You can do that as well below. We'd love to hear from you. Go out today and live your life with intention, passion, and purpose. Your life is an occasion. Rise to it.